Relax, Anguis here. Today's topic is about how or why you, specifically as a dark practitioner or aspirant in a dark arts or in dark spirituality or in demon magic, do have not any significant or deep demonic spiritual experiences. Well, let me tell you, I myself, from my own experience and tour of practice, I've been a practicing spiritualist, magician, dark magician for around a decade right now, so I have many experiences and many practices daily on my schedule. Let me tell you, you should have a good portion of patience with yourself. Don't force it. Go with the current, go with the flow, go with its nature. Because at the beginning stages, you yourself do not have. Usually, if you are ritually at a soul and a spirit and material level at the beginning stages, you just have been some type of way ignited to pursue such path. You should first learn. You should first discern what actually is like your inner true voice of guidance and which is your ego. Again, I'm not saying ego is bad, but ego is programmable. And how today's society, our ego programs is instant gratification. Like you want to have literally in 5 minutes a result at your hand. Like TikTok, like Instagram, like 2 to 1 minutes videos constantly. Sugary foods constantly. You've been programmed to be your ego has been programmed to be a reactive monkey. Roughly said. You should at the beginning stages consider to deprogram your ego in that way that you actually establish to day-to-day routines a time for yourself to be it in meditation, be it being alone outside in nature in meditation, be it having some hobbies where you can free your mind, like sports, where you can actively move, clear your mind, be by yourself, center yourself, have tai chi, qigong movements, also being still, meditations. At the beginning, it's very important to have some certain type of meditation so you can deprogram your current ego and through the current flow of the demonic, establish yourself in a natural synchronicity with it. You establish yourself into its natural spiritual flow and synchronicity. So you'll be guided more and more by your own intuition, by your own soul, by your own guidance to pursue certain demonic contexts and practices that will help you grow and that will help you establish important relationships with yourself and with the beings you intend to deeply work with, because everything that exists has a source to it, everything has a primal source to it. So the demon has the same source, so you have the same source. That means that both is actually correct. The demonic intelligence exists as an individual being, as an individual power outside of yourself, but at the same time, it exists as a reality, as a nature inside of yourself. So that means if you start to work with a demonic aspect, with a demonic being, with a demonic goddess, deity, with time, with patience, you will also activate this aspect, this nature inside of yourself. But this does not happen to one day to another. Again, I am pulling up the principle about a farmer who planted his seedling under the earth, and you usually, if you have farmed or if you have planted a seed somewhere, it usually needs 1 week to 5 days or even one month to sprout its roots, so it can so it can finally grow to something. So impatience in this path of demonic magic, of demonic self-deification and demonic alchemy is not for the impatient, is not a trend, it is not instant gratification, it is patience, it is lifestyle, it is dedication, by its nature. I would argue that most or nearly all demonic pantheons deeply in their roots are actually Saturnian more in nature. That means they correspond with characteristics of the Saturn most. That means they love dedication. That means they love working with people who want to establish long and lasting legacies. They want a strong bond. They want sacrifices, but mostly from their own self, created by their own hands, sweat, tears, and blood. They want dedication. They want long-term, most of them want long-term relationships. They want a good work ethic. They want that you constantly work on yourself as good as you can, and you are putting in the work. You are showing, even though to your own limitations, even though to your own flaws, you still day to day put in as much work into them as into you, as much as you currently can, and they appreciate this. And through time, and through patience, and through diligence, and through discipline, order, and self-sacrifice of sweat, tears, and blood, the time will only tell when you will have deep spiritual experiences, deep gnosis, deep demonic enlightenments, deep powers and insights and wisdom. Time will only tell. But without the Saturnian characteristic and aspect, nothing will really happen for you. The only thing that they will do with you in a more deep aspect is, they will okay, yes, this will happen, yeah. So you can give freely energies unto them, and they will suck you, vampirize you dry, because what else they are gonna get from you? You're just wasting their time. You're just deluding yourself. You have still this monkey instant gratification ego and mindset. And if you are not willing to put that aside, you can't forget it, to pursue this path or way anyway. It is not for you. Either way, it is intense. With demonic beings to work is very intense, because most of them are very in correspondence with your own dark side, with your own shadow side. So you will be faced with your own insecurities, with your own pain, with your own imperfection, so to say, only so you can, with time, work on them and perfect yourself and become the black diamond, become the refined being. It is their mission, but it's one of the hardest paths you could ever walk. One of the hardest paths you could ever walk, because it is Saturnian. It is fair and square. So, other than that, consider it. If you really want to work with demonic, please cultivate these aspects in your practice. Other than that, Naga bless, and we shall see and hear us again.